Hi friends, my name is Jake. Welcome to Canadian Cutting Edge, and today we're taking a look at another knife by Steel Will. I've only done a few Steel Will, like the Cut Jack is one that I really liked. This is the SHAULA. I guess that's how it's pronounced. It's got a sort of a clip point kind of blade, flat on the back, and then a flat, clip coming down with a swedge, bit of a belly, D2 steel, G10 handle scales, and some neat little flourishes. If you're interested in a full-size D2 flipper, you might just want to watch this video. The full review's coming to you right now. Well, I've misplaced my Ontario rat very temporarily, but this is very much the same size as an Ontario rat knife in terms of its length. We've got a bit longer on the cutting edge than an Ontario rat and slightly less of an handle, certainly less handle this way. We've got a pocket clip that goes right or left, fully deep carry pocket clip. Like I said, D2 steel, and it's a liner lock. Lockup is very good. I got this knife actually from Kevin Cleary, a fellow Canadian YouTube reviewer, knife reviewer. And so it doesn't have its factory edge because he's used it to do some cutting on it, but I still got a very good cut result when I did test it. And of course, when I tested it practically using it to cut things, it was great, but using my equipment to test the factory sharpness, it got a very good result. And that's because, it's got a good steel and they put a good edge on it. I've not heard back yet from Kevin if he did anything to the edge or not. So perhaps he did something. I doubt it though. G10, it doesn't look like G10. It actually, when I first got it, I go, that looks more like FRN, but it is a G10. And they put in a unique pattern on it. Let's zoom in a little closer, take a look at that. So there you go. You can see that pattern that they milled into the G10. Looks like little bricks that are all lined up. That does add a little bit extra texture, a little bit extra grip. You can see that it gets fairly narrow at the tail end, just a little bit wider than the pocket clip. Pocket clip is right or left. As you can see here, there's one hole. The other hole goes through the pin back here. And then this one here uses that pin and the other hole. They used flush screws. Very, very good. So it's easy for the denim or whatever kind of pants you're wearing to get right to the end. I've been talking about that on a number of videos. That's a good thing. And the pocket clip's got a bit of a scoop. Actually, it doesn't come up quite high enough. I did have a little bit of difficulty getting it onto some pants. I'll do some demonstration of that. We've got colored posts here for the open pillar construction. The black has blue posts, unless you get the black with the black wash blade, then you get black posts. If you get the red G10 with the black blade, then you get these, what color is it? I'll show you a picture. And the blue one, that's a nice little bit of flare for some color on there. The post back here, the little one, is the lanyard post that you tie around. That's a really good touch, so it doesn't use a hole, but you tie it around there. Safe from the blade edge, not going to cut. I really, really like this. That's a great little touch. Even if you don't use lanyards, it's beautiful. It just adds a little bit of a splash of color and looks good there. Full liners with some skeletonizing in there, and I'll show you the inside a little bit later, but you can see those holes in the that liner right now. Huge screw heads. And this one's flat or smooth. There's no head here for a screw, and there's a Torx head right there. The blade is satin, or you can get that black stonewash kind of look, as I mentioned before. Nice sharpness choil, nice gradual plunge there. And there's a closer look at that swedge at the front of the blade. Helps give it a good look. And the tip is very sharp. We've got some jimping right here for your thumb rest. Not super aggressive thumb rest, but the jimping is good enough to actually help out a fair bit. I like it. There's jimping on the liner lock release right there. Lockup is perfect. exactly where I want a brand new knife to be. Alignment when it's closed is very good. Not quite perfect, but pretty good. It's a little bit on this side. And the flipper's got a little bit of jimping on it and works wonderfully. So the action on it, very good. You know, just pushing down and slightly back and it just flies out, or the light switch, you know, pulling back. It's got very good action. Ceramic ball bearings inside, and I'll show you the inside actually right now. So here's the knife taken apart. You can see that the main pin here has got a D shape, so it's not a free spinning pivot pin. It sits in there and can't turn along. We've got ceramic detent ball here. We have got ceramic ball bearings in here. And there's your fixed stop pin. And they've got that hidden stop pin because they've got that cutout here in the blade to, whoops, let's put that back in there and hold it on. There you go. The stop pin sort of gets hidden in there like that. And that's how it turns. Stops there when it's fully open and then rests on here when it's fully closed. Right there. And that's what stops it from slamming into these back here. So it's a good design, well made, well built. You know, there's your skeletonizing and you know, a nice G10. I like it quite a lot. And as long as this is on the screen, you know that I'm talking about the measurements in case you want to skip forward. The weight of this knife is 102 grams, which is 3.65 ounces. I got a score of 150 best. It probably did better when it was brand new. I'm sure it did better when it was brand new, so I'm not going to record that on the spreadsheet. I do have a spreadsheet of the knives that I test, including the score that I get for sharpness and the grind angle that they put on the knife. Link for that is down below the video. The length of the cutting edge is longer than the length of the blade because we've got that forward swept handle here. So the length of the cutting edge, 9.09 centimeters, 3.58 inches. Blade length to the G10 here is 8.66 centimeters, 3.41 inches. The blade thickness right here is 3.08 millimeters, which is 0.121 of an inch. A very, very tiny bit less than an eighth of an inch, but let's call it an eighth of an inch. That's pretty fair. The blade depth, this measurement, 2.36 centimeters. That's 0.93 of an inch. The thickness of the edge right behind the grind, very, very good. It's 0.41 millimeters, which is 0.016. That's great for D2 steel. The grind angles, again, I don't have it on my sheet. They're going to be on the screen right here. The grind angles from the factory. First, the side that has the word steel wheel on it, and then the product side. The handle information, the handle length is 11.83 centimeters. That's 4.66 inches. The grip area in here, 9.75 centimeters, 3.84 inches. The handle thickness, not counting the pocket clip, is 1.31 centimeters, which is 0.515 of an inch. And then the handle depth this way, 2.43 centimeters, 0.955 of an inch. And when you close the knife, that's 2 3/4 centimeters, just over 1 inch, 1.08. And the total length of the knife when the blade's deployed from the tip to the end of the handle, 20.4 centimeters, 8.03 inches for this specific model. So that is very, very good. Like I said, the action is awesome. The grip on this knife, here's a reverse grip. You know, you can put your thumb across the top if you want to. Then you've got extra grip here. If you want your hand to be sitting right in that rest area, you can see that this handle's a good size. My hands are just between large and extra large, and it fits very well, very comfortably. Even a reverse grip is comfortable, and that's largely because of the back of the handle being such a good radius, a nice over, swept kind of, or down swept kind of handle. Your regular grip, very good. All these other grips that you want to use potentially, pinch grip up here, they're all very comfortable and very solid grips. The handle design is very good. By the way, Steel Wheel does not list who the designer is for this knife, so we don't know, but Steel Wheel does a good job of in-house design, and in case you didn't know, it is a Chinese company. Going over, now let's show you that pocket feature with that pocket clip thing there. Because the pocket clip doesn't have much of a rise right there. When you go to put it in your pants, it sometimes has difficulty climbing up over that little bit of an edge there. Here, when I'm displaying it, it usually works just fine. I just had a little bit of difficulty sometimes getting that up. If you, getting that to go up over the edge of the pocket right there. Okay, careful with your brains, guys. This is a family-friendly channel. So what you could do if you wanted to, you could take the pocket clip off and take some pliers. I suggest that you put some hot glue on the surface of the teeth of the pliers, just a little bit so that you don't get the teeth marks in here, and just bend it up ever so slightly, and that would solve that challenge a little bit. But I like how it goes full depth right to the bottom, and then you don't have much knife sticking out at all. Very, very good. So full depth pocket clip, that's good. D2 steel, that's very good. G10, that's very good. I like the texture. The grippiness of it is excellent. The balance point on this knife is right where you want it to be, right there by that choil, big finger choil. So that's a very good thing. The jimping everywhere is just the right texture. I really like having jimping on the liner lock release because it makes it much more comfortable when it comes time to open a knife. You just have that, you're just sure that you're getting the right thing going on and you're not slipping off that liner lock. So that's a good thing. Great action. Like I said, I like the lanyard post right there. I like that it's a nice light knife. The weight is great. Action's very good. Lockup is solid. No blade play side to side, up and down. And these flush pocket screws on the pocket clip, very good. And inset screws here just slightly, so they just ride up ever so tiny bit, but they're basically inset. Very good thing. I like this knife a lot, but there are some cons. What are the cons for this knife? Well, I already mentioned this pocket clip sometimes, actually probably always could benefit from being just bent up just a tiny bit more. And what's the other con for this knife? Well, that pocket pivot pin comes loose rather easily. So here I am. I'm just using my thumb, and there we go. It comes off. And that's, you open and close this knife several times, and it just starts coming out. So I'm going to put my VC3 thread mate in there. I don't like using old school thread locker, but I like using VC3 thread mate, which is a thread locker alternative that is vibration resistant. So this is that causes a lot of vibration along that pivot pin and everything. And VC3 will help that to stop from coming loose. And it's reusable. Like, you can take this knife apart, or any screw that's got VC3 on it, you can take it apart 5, 6, 7, 8 times before you have to clean up all the threads and reapply it. Unlike thread locker, which you have to clean up every single time you take it apart. And it holds tight enough that it doesn't come loose, but you can undo it with tools under normal circumstances with no problem, like a screwdriver. If the idea of VC3 is new to you, I'll put a link to my VC3 video right here, Vibratite VC3. The company also makes a great product to put into screw heads, or onto the end of screwdrivers to help them not to slip out or cam out. So 2 really good products. That's called Drive Grip, and the thread mate is called VC3 by Vibratite. I have no relationship with Vibratite, no sponsorship. They don't pay me anything. I just really like their products, and that's why I tell people about those products. So there you go. This knife, where can you get it? Well, you can get it from White Mountain Knives. That's the best price I could find, but they don't have it in stock right now. If you go to White Mountain Knives and look up the SHAULA, you can click on the Notify Me button on each one of their 4 different options and put your email address in, and they will email you when they come back in stock. Why do I say that? Well, at $41.99, it's the best price I could find by $8, by $9. That's $9 better than any other price. But you get 10% off if you use my coupon code CCE. So that equals $37.80 US for this knife. Where everywhere else, it's $50.99 or more. So White Mountain Knives is the best place to get this, even though they're not in stock right now. But if you're in a hurry, you can get it for $50.99 at many stores like BladeHQ, KnifeCenter, KnifeWorks, all over the place. But I suggest you save your money. Also, I really like the way White Mountain Knives delivers to Canada discreetly, and you've got very good odds of it passing customs with no problems. Of course, can't guarantee that coming to Canada. For those of you who aren't aware, Canada's got a weird policy, and our border services is taking away knives that are totally legal, and they're taking them away from us. I will be making a new video about that in January to carry on the fight against our border services behaving inappropriately. At least in my opinion, it's inappropriate. So there you go. That's the knife. I like it. It looks good. It feels good. It's got great steel. The grind is very well done, like the main design and the final grind. The main bevel's excellent, and the sharpness is very good. Very comfortable knife. If you're looking for a good knife, check out Steel Will and check out their SHAULA. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. And remember, guys, always cut towards your chum, not your thumb. Bye for now. So that's what it looks like when it's taken apart. And that's why it's got that nice lightweight and good action. I really like it a fair bit. Let's go over all of the dimensions and that kind of information now.